Alright, Caspar, on the 23rd of March 2022. Well, this is going to be fun because this is a rather good champagne, I must say. You can probably see the open bottle sitting on the little fridge behind me. So this is a new release of Bollinger Grande. This is a 2014 vintage. A vintage which wasn't altogether straightforward in terms of the growing season in Champagne. But what have they managed to produce from it? Well, they've certainly produced a wine which has a beautiful colour. I mean, it's got a real positive lemon yellow gold hue really to it, with sort of green lights going through it. Goodness me, how does one describe a nose like that? Gosh. It's got a distinctly floral character to it, sort of almost dried yellow flowers. There's a wealth of orchard fruit in there as well. Orchard and citrus, it majors on apples, a little bit of cooked apple, but mostly fresh. And sort of got a really golden delicious, but it's got a sort of small orange character to it. There's also a very nutty thing going on the nose. It's got a distinct sort of salted walnuts, and that saltiness, you can't actually smell salt, but it's the aromas really are suggesting a salted bowl of salted walnuts. Perhaps a wisp of smokiness and toastiness about it as well. And don't forget, this is a wine of some age now. I mean, this is 8 years old. There are bound to be some complex mature aromas going on. That's certainly what I'm getting. It's rich. It packs real punch on the nose. That's just such a vinous thing. It goes in the mouth, and the mousse, the bubble is just sort of silky fine. It's absolute delight. It's almost sort of something beyond champagne, and through the fruit comes this shard of very mineral, chalky structure. Quite a lot of spice in there. This lovely appley acidity which just gets the salivary glands sitting up and activating. There's another smell in there that I'm almost a piney hint of pine or menthol or something. It's extraordinary because the bubble is almost an irrelevance, certainly present, but it's so integrated that it's easy to overlook it and concentrate on the wine inside that, which has great heft, density, massive mineral interest, enormous freshness. It's a very direct thing in the mouth. It's a very long wine. It's got the oxidative character you would expect from the oak aging that Bollinger gives their wines. It's a wine of enormous sort of energy and it's almost sort of architectural in the mouth. It's got great definition to all those flavours, and the structure as well adds that element of clarity, of purpose to the wine. And it's a wine of enormous purpose. It goes on and on and on. It's a wine with lots of flavour, lots of character. Isn't it quite an extraordinary thing? And a great one for the cellar. Goodness me, this will last for many, many, many years under the cork. I think 20 years standing on its head and just become increasingly fascinating, but how difficult to keep your hands off it when it tastes this good already. That nut thing comes back on the palate. Great sustained concentration of flavours. It's an extraordinary wine. Grande Année, Bollinger really calls their prestige cuvée. RD is another iteration of it, but that is a most extraordinary wine, a huge success in the vintage, and it should be fabulous. You know, the price that is charged for this wine now is taking it into the realms of the really rather expensive. So should be fine. Fortunately for us, it is massively fine. That is a very extraordinary wine. There we go. That's been 2014 Grande Année from Champagne Bollinger. What a thing. What an extraordinary wine.